Guardians of the Galaxy, Deadite Distress Call. Chapter 1, The Call. The Milano, the Guardians of the Galaxy's trusty spaceship, hurtled through the vast expanse of space. Its sleek hull bore the scars of countless battles, a testament to the team's adventures across the cosmos. On this particular day, the ship's interior hummed with a sense of urgency. Peter Quill, known as Star-Lord, sat in the cockpit, fingers tapping rhythmically on the console. Drax, the hulking warrior with a penchant for literal interpretations, stood nearby, sharpening his twin daggers. The rest of the crew, Groot, Rocket, and Gamora, were off on a separate mission, leaving only Peter and Drax aboard. The distress signal crackled through the ship's communication system, its urgency impossible to ignore. Peter glanced at the holographic display, which showed a distant planet overrun by malevolent supernatural beings, the Deadites. These cursed creatures born from ancient evil wreaked havoc wherever they appeared. Their twisted forms and insatiable hunger for destruction made them a formidable adversary. Peter leaned back in his chair, running a hand through his unruly hair. "Drax," he said, "we've got a problem. Deadites are swarming a planet not too far from here, and we're the only ones available to respond." Drax grunted, his eyes narrowing. "Deadites," he rumbled. "I have faced worse." Peter raised an eyebrow. "Worse than these things? They possess people, turn them into mindless killing machines, and they're spreading like wildfire." Drax's lips twisted into a rare smile. "I once wrestled a space kraken with my bare hands. Deadites won't be a challenge. But we're short-handed," Peter pointed out. "Groot and the others are off dealing with that cosmic anomaly near the Andromeda system. We need reinforcements." Drax's gaze shifted to the star-studded void beyond the viewport. "Then we find allies," he declared. "Someone who knows how to deal with these Deadites." Peter nodded. "Agreed. But who?" And so began their quest, a desperate race against time to save a distant planet from the clutches of darkness. Little did they know that their search for allies would lead them to a legendary figure, a man with a chainsaw hand and a penchant for witty one-liners, Ash Williams, the Deadite-slayer. Chapter 2, The Computer's Search. Peter Quill furrowed his brow, fingers dancing across the holographic keyboard. The Milano's computer system hummed to life, its interface displaying a dizzying array of data. Drax leaned over Peter's shoulder, his eyes scanning the screen. "What are we looking for?" Drax asked, his voice gruffer than usual. "Information on Deadites," Peter replied. "Their weaknesses, their origins, anything that can help us fight them." Drax grunted. "I prefer direct combat, but if knowledge aids our cause, so be it." Peter's eyes widened as he scrolled through the files. "Wait," he said, tapping on an entry. "Look at this." The screen displayed a grainy image of a man with rugged features, a chainsaw strapped to his arm. The file was labeled Ash Williams. "Who's Ash?" Drax asked. Peter leaned back, excitement bubbling within him. "Ash Williams," he explained, "is a legendary Deadite-killing professional from Earth. He's battled these creatures for years. If anyone can help us, it's him." Drax studied the image. "He looks capable." "Capable?" Peter grinned. "He survived time travel, possessed books and more. Plus, he's got that chainsaw hand. We swing by Earth, find Ash, and recruit him for our mission." Drax continued to study the image. "But that's a movie," he said, confusion etched on his face. Peter grinned. "It doesn't matter. Rocket installed a quantum reality transposition drive in the ship. We can jump into his universe and pick him up anyways." Drax's eyes gleamed. "A chainsaw hand," he mused. "Useful." And so, with the coordinates set for Ash's universe, the Milano veered off course. The distant universe loomed ahead, its secrets waiting to be revealed. Peter wondered what kind of man Ash Williams was, whether he'd be an ally or a wild card. As the ship descended through the quantum rift, Peter couldn't shake the feeling that their encounter with Ash would change everything. Little did he know that they were about to embark on a detour that would alter the fate of galaxies.
This video is brought to you by digitalfableforge.com. We invite you to check out our Kickstarter running now through June 24th. If you would like to see more of our stories brought to life on YouTube, please come check us out. You can find the link on our site. Thank you. Your support would mean the world to us. You can also find the link below this video.
Chapter 3: Earthbound Detour. The Milano descended through Earth's atmosphere, its sleek hull slicing through the clouds. Peter Quill gripped the controls, guiding the ship toward a remote forest. The coordinates led them to a secluded spot, a place where ancient trees whispered secrets and shadows danced. As the ship touched down, its landing gear sinking into the soft earth, Peter exchanged a glance with Drax. "This is it," he said. "Ash Williams' turf." They stepped out onto the forest floor, the air thick with anticipation. The Milano's engines hummed, a low thrum that seemed to echo the pulse of the planet itself. Peter scanned the surroundings, eyes narrowing. "Keep your guard up," he warned. "We don't know what we're walking into." And then they saw it, a cabin nestled among the trees. Its wooden walls bore scars of battle, claw marks, burn streaks, and the unmistakable imprint of a chainsaw blade. Chainsaw-swinging garden gnomes guarded the perimeter, their ceramic eyes fixed on the newcomers. Peter raised an eyebrow. "Ash's cabin," he said. "Looks cozy." Drax grunted. "Cozy? It reeks of violence." They approached the door and Peter knocked. The wood creaked open, revealing a figure standing in the dim light. Ash Williams stood there, rugged and battle-worn. His eyes flickered from Peter to Drax, suspicion mingling with curiosity. "Who the hell are you?" Ash's voice was gravelly, edged with weariness. Peter extended a hand. "Peter Quill," he said. "Star-Lord, we need your help." Ash's gaze shifted to Drax. "And who's this?" "Drax," Peter replied. "Warrior, literal thinker." Ash's lips twitched. "Literal thinker, huh? Well, I've dealt with worse." Peter got straight to the point. "Deadites," he said. "They're swarming a distant planet. We need reinforcements." Ash leaned against the doorframe, eyeing them. "Why should I care?" Peter hesitated. "Because the galaxy's at stake," he said. "And you're the best damn Deadite slayer around." Ash's eyes narrowed. "I'm retired," he muttered. "Tired of fighting, but..." He glanced at the Milano, its sleek form gleaming in the dappled sunlight. "You got a spaceship?" "We do," Peter confirmed. "And you can ride in it. You join us, help us kick Deadite ass, and we'll get you a new chainsaw hand. Plus, you get to ride in the ship." Ash's gaze lingered on his stump of a hand. "Deal," he said, "but it better be a good chainsaw." And so, with Ash Williams aboard, the Milano took off once more. The unlikely team, Star-Lord, Drax, and the chainsaw-wielding legend, set course for the plagued planet. Their mission, to face the Deadites head-on, and maybe, just maybe, save the galaxy in the process. Chapter 4: Ash's Reluctance. The Milano hurtled through the cosmos, its sleek form slicing through the interstellar void. On board, Ash Williams sat in the ship's common area, his chainsaw hand resting on the table. Peter Quill, Star-Lord, and Drax stood nearby, discussing battle strategies. Ash leaned back in his chair, oiling the mechanical hand he'd built using medieval materials, the memories flooding back. He'd faced Deadites before, those cursed creatures that twisted reality, possessed the innocent, and hungered for chaos. The Necronomicon, that accursed book, had brought them into his life. And now, here he was, hurtling toward another confrontation. Peter approached, his eyes earnest. "Ash," he said, "we appreciate your help. The galaxy owes you." Ash grunted. "Galaxy owes me nothing," he replied. "I've lost friends, lovers, and a damn good hand to those Deadites." Peter hesitated, then asked, "Ash, Why do you sometimes use a wooden hand? It seems less practical than a chainsaw or that mechanical one. Ash chuckled. Well, kid, let's just say there's a bit of a contractual dispute with the universe. You know, the kind that involves lawyers and a lot of paperwork. So, the wooden hand is a bit of a compromise. He winked at Peter, a hint of mischief in his eyes. And why do you keep fighting the Deadites? Peter asked. Ash's gaze hardened. Because they don't stop, he said. They multiply, infect, and spread like a cosmic plague. I've seen worlds burn because of them. Of course, Ash had never left Earth until now, but they didn't know that. Drax, ever the literal thinker, leaned in. And yet, you agreed to join us. Ash's lips twisted. Yeah, he muttered. Because you mentioned the galaxy. Big stakes. And because I'm tired of being alone. He glanced at his chainsaw hand on the table, the crude replacement for the one he'd lost. But I want what you promised, he said. You get me a new chainsaw hand. Sleek, upgraded. None of that jury-rigged crap. Peter grinned. Deal, he said. We'll have Rocket work on it. And so, with Ash's reluctant acceptance, the Milano hurtled toward the plagued planet. Ash's weariness weighed on him, but a spark of purpose burned within. He'd fight alongside these misfit guardians, chainsaw roaring, one-liners flying. Because sometimes, even a weary Deadite slayer needed a galactic family. Chapter 5. The Quantum Jump. The Milano hummed with anticipation as Ash Williams, the newest member of their team, adjusted to his surroundings. His chainsaw hand gleamed in the artificial light, a stark contrast to the ship's sleek technology. Drax eyed him, curiosity and wariness mingling in his gaze. Welcome to the team, Peter said, clapping Ash on the shoulder. You're our secret weapon against the Deadites. Ash grunted. Secret weapon, huh? Just hope my chainsaw hand doesn't malfunction mid-battle. Drax leaned in, deadpan. I once fought a space kraken with a spoon, he said. Chainsaw hand seems reasonable. Peter chuckled. We're headed for the plagued planet, he announced. Deadites won't know what hit them. Ash settled into a seat, eyeing the high-tech controls. Never thought I'd be on a spaceship, he muttered. Groovy. Drax took the seat across from him. Groovy, he echoed. Means good, yes? Something like that, Ash replied. Just buckle up. It's gonna be a bumpy ride, Peter added. And so, with Ash Williams, the grizzled Deadite slayer aboard, the Milano was already streaking through the cosmos. The unlikely team was hurtling toward their destiny, ready to face the Deadites head-on. Chainsaw roaring, blasters blazing, they were a motley crew bound by purpose. Peter activated the quantum reality transposition drive, and the ship shuddered as it made the quantum jump back to their universe. The stars outside the viewport stretched and blurred as they made the transition. As the Deadite-infested planet loomed ahead in their original universe, Ash grinned. Let's give them hell, he said. And the Milano continued its course, its engines thrumming, its crew prepared for the ultimate showdown.
To be continued. If you would like to see the remainder of the story now, visit us at digitalfableforge.com. If you would like to see part 2, be sure to like this video so we know you want to see more.